I'm going to share 3 tools that are going to help you save time in your whole food plant-based kitchen. If you stay till the very end, there's a 4th tool, a bonus tool. So stick around. You don't want to miss this video. My name is Ellen. Together we can get healthy, be healthy, and stay healthy. I'm so glad you're here. Let's dig in. The first tool I'm going to show you is my Breville food processor. One of the best things I use this food processor for is shredding carrots. I did not peel these carrots because they're relatively clean. So I just gave them a rinse and then I dried them off because I don't want the shredded carrots to be wet when I store them in the refrigerator. First thing I'm going to do is cut them into smaller pieces. This way they'll fit in the food processor chute without having to do much of a struggle. I'm going to take this, I'm calling it a spindle, and put it right there, place it inside the bowl. I'm going to take the shredder blade. I'm going to use the coarse side of the shredder. I'll lock the top in place. Then I'm going to turn it on. This is my pusher. And now I'm going to just start feeding these in. I've cut them into small enough pieces that I can put multiple pieces inside the coal. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pause it, but I'm also going to turn the power off. I'm very careful about that. I don't want the power on when my hands get anywhere near the inside of this food processor. Unlock it, remove this carefully. I'm going to remove the spindle. I'm so excited. I love having carrots already shredded. I use them for so many things. I put them in my oatmeal sometimes in the morning when I'm cooking it. I put them in salads. I put them in soups. I use them for making sushi rolls. I even put them in my waffle batter. Look at how beautiful these are, and they're all done. It's so exciting because I know I have a good week's worth of these shredded carrots. Makes it so much easier when you prep in advance. No more are the days where you stand in front of the fridge, open it up and go, well, there's nothing to eat. Well, in fact, if you prep, there's a lot to eat. And this is ready to go in the fridge. By the way, sometimes I just use a plain old knife and I cut my vegetables. This was cauliflower that I washed and dried and then cut into manageable pieces and put into this container, which is going in the fridge. Prepping is what's going to help you be successful because you always have food at the ready for any meals or snacks. In it goes. I'm curious to know if you have a food processor, do you use the S blade the most? For me, that's the most commonly used blade. The next thing I'm going to do is make nut butter. This is a variety of nuts that come together packaged from Costco. They're unsalted, and I just love this blend, and I love the nut butter that it makes. There are pecans, cashews, almonds, and pistachios. This is about 3/4 of a pound. I'm going to take the 3/4 of a pound and pour it into the food processor. I keep a big bag of chia seeds in the freezer, and then I periodically load this small pint-sized jar and keep that in my upstairs refrigerator. I'm going to take 1 tablespoon and add it to the food processor. I love the little crunch that you get with the addition of the chia seeds. I'm also going to add just a little bit, maybe a 1/2 tablespoon of coconut sugar, just to give it a little sweetness. I'm going to let it go until the consistency is the way I like it. I paused it. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to open it and take a look at the consistency. It's still kind of nutty, and I want it to be smooth. So I'm going to do it for a little bit more time. You can see that it's starting to change consistency. I'm not going to stop it because it's building up heat, and I want that heat to help break down the nuts so that it becomes smooth. You can see right here how it's become nut butter. So excited. I love this nut butter. Oh, it's beautiful. It's nut butter. You have to be patient, and I can feel that the bowl is actually hot, or it's warm. I'm going to use the spatula that came with the food processor. There's so many uses for this nut butter. I can certainly use it to make nut butter sandwiches on gluten-free bread or rice cakes, or sometimes I'll spread it on slices of apples. Sometimes I mix it into some yogurt, or I'll put it into my morning oatmeal. And I like the addition of the chia seeds, first of all, because I like the crunch, but also it's just another way to get those omega-3s, which are so good for reducing inflammation, into your body. So there you go, nut butter. And I keep it in the fridge. All right, I have to admit, I took a little bit of it. to taste it, and it is just delicious. So good. All right, so that's my Breville food processor. It is one of the best tools that I have in my kitchen. I tend to keep this in a closet close by. It's easy enough to pull in and out as I need it. The next tool I'm going to show you is a string chopper, and I call it that because it's got a string on it that helps me chop. And I'll show you what I mean. This is made by a company called Xylus. It is excellent. All of my tools will be linked in the show notes. Let me show you the different parts of this tool. There's 3 of them. There's the bowl, there's the blade, which has a lower blade and a higher blade. I'm not really sure what this is. Put it in, and then this piece goes on top. It doesn't lock in, it just fits in. The string comes out like this. It's got this triangular handle, and you pull it, and as you pull it, the blade spins. I'm going to show you what I do with this. One of many things. This is organic, fresh, and peeled garlic. Now, I also keep garlic in my kitchen, but there are times when I'm just not in the mood to take a clove and peel off the paper which sticks to my fingers and put it in the garlic press, and then afterwards you have to clean the garlic press, and sometimes I'm just a little bit lazy. So this is a great way to get your garlic all chopped up and minced, and I'll show you what I do with it. Just stick around because I have a really cool thing to show you. Put this in. Hold this firmly while I pull. Perfect. Here we go. You know what? Just for the heck of it, I'm going to see if I can get it even finer. Yep, perfect. Now you can use ice cube trays, the old-fashioned kind, or you can use these super cubes, which is my preference. They come in all different sizes. These cubes are 1 tablespoon or 2 tablespoons, depending on how far up you put the garlic. I'm going to use the lower one and make 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. First, I'm going to remove this very carefully. I'm going to fill this up. Press it down because I want it to be in nice cubes. I'm going to finish doing this, and I will come back and then talk to you about what I do next. The chopper bowl is empty. This was a 6-ounce bag of peeled fresh garlic, and it made 12 cubes. Now, I will tell you that these cubes are bigger than what I use usually in one recipe. So they're really easy to break once they're frozen. So if you think about it, I actually have 24 cubes of garlic that I'll be able to use. On goes the lid, and into the freezer it goes. So here is a full one, just the shape of that super cube. I have little broken pieces that I break. They're, like I said, super easy to break when they're frozen. It will probably take the better part of the day. I'll forget about it, and then later when I make dinner, they'll probably be frozen. And if they're not, they'll certainly be frozen tomorrow morning. And then I'll take them out. They pop out really easily out of the super cube container, and then I put them into the Ziploc container, and boom, it's done. Here are the finished garlic cubes, all wrapped up and ready to go in the freezer. I'd love to know, what is one of your most favorite tools in your kitchen? My name is Ellen of Ellen's Healthy Kitchen, and I help you plant your plate 1 healthy meal at a time. I'll see you in the next video.